Welcome back to the show. Since it started in 2014, Seattle's Baseball Beyond Borders has helped student athletes of color connect their passion for baseball with their academic dreams. This year, the group took students to the South on a very eye-opening journey, which included baseball, civil rights, and reconciliation. Founder Bookie Gates and baseball great Dan Wilson accompanied the students. From that journey came the documentary Reconciliation Tour. Bookie and Dan are here to share more. Thank you so much for being here. Bookie, first of all, tell me about Baseball Beyond Borders.
So Baseball Beyond Borders started off of a notion that we call pain, passion, and purpose. We recognized the need for community to have access to baseball and softball, and we felt the gap. We saw the gap, and so we started the opportunity to provide baseball opportunities within Seattle's Central District.
You talk about borders. The border that you felt as a young man growing up in the Central District, what was that like?
Well, again, it comes from this concept of pain, passion, and purpose. And that pain I felt was I was displaced from my community to go play baseball, which didn't allow my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and even my family to see me. But that pain also was my peers never had the opportunity to play the game of baseball. So they, too, were back home not experiencing that, which then launched a passion for baseball, which then fueled us the purpose that we now have in Baseball Beyond Borders.
And creating that bridge. Dan, you're on the board. You've been working with these student athletes. What's that been like?
It's been great. I think, obviously the love for the game of baseball is there for me. And baseball has become a sport that's been hard to access for a lot of kids. And so to be able to be a part of something that Bookie has created that allows kids and connects with kids, and it's not necessarily, it's not like we're hoping to make the next big league ball player out of it. It's more about connecting kids, learning the things you can learn from baseball and helping them achieve their academic goals. So it's just a privilege actually to be a part of it. And Bookie, his staff, they do such a great job with the kids, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it.
So you're removing the border and the blockade to play, but what made you decide that you want to take this a step further and go take these kids on a trip? Why was that so important?
I think it's important that we recognize too that play heals, and through reconciliation it allows us to see ourselves in others and allows us to see kind of the problems that we often encounter vicariously, but we never get the chance to actually see them firsthand. And so this gave us an opportunity to go see some of the challenges that our youth in West Jackson experienced. And this was pre-water crisis. We were actually on the verge of the water crisis at the time we were there. And so that opportunity opened up the eyes for many of our student athletes to be able to see some of the challenges and struggles, but also it brought healing to some of the challenges that they too see here, and then hopefully it will empower them to come back into the community and share their story.
We're looking at the trailer right now. Where did the idea come from to not just do the trip, but say, hey, let's film this, let's make it a documentary to share?
I think it has to go with our power of story, and our stories often aren't told enough and aren't captured, and I think we had to make it a reality, and so we had to put the film in play, which also allowed us to critique kind of what we're doing and how we can go back into the community and share the powerful story of reconciliation.
And it is powerful to know that you can share this in a way that everyone else can experience it. Have you seen the documentary? What did you feel when you first watched it?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, and it really does document our trip so well. And first it was a stop in West Jackson to do this clinic, and then from there we're going on to Montgomery, Alabama to go to the Legacy Museum, speak with Anthony Ray Hinton, who has an incredible story as well. So Bookie's exactly right. It's about stories. It's about sharing stories. It's about hearing other people's stories, and then our response to that is so important.
Bookie was mentioning some of the challenges that these kids were facing. Was there anything that struck you as particularly hard?
I mean, again, it's a lot of it. Number one was water. We were just getting started with that in that crisis. But also, again, it's just the barriers to baseball. A lot of these kids that we had the clinic with never been a part of a baseball team. They've never been a part of a team, really, outside of it. And just getting a chance to hold a bat in their hand, to be around a community of people, a community of players, learning from kids who are just a little bit older than they were. It was just, it was a win-win all around for everybody.
Look at them. That's amazing. What was it like filming it? What was it like being with these guys?
I think what you'll see in the documentary, you'll capture the play aspect of it. But what we don't see is the behind the scenes. And I think the importance of having Converge Media follow us in that is that these kids and these student athletes, those that were in attendance at this camp, got a chance to see the things outside of baseball.
Yeah.
Oftentimes those are the borders that we face, right? It's bigger than just the athlete. It's like, hey, I got a chance to fly a drone. I got a chance to see how the camera is working. So many of these shots, the photography that you may even see, is from some of these student athletes.
Really?
That Converge just sat and allowed them to access that camera and to do the work. And that's what's more important, right? It's now they got the chance to see the holistic approach to how baseball is played. It's bigger than just a game.
This is really important because and I think there's a really big aspect of feeling seen, not just by you, not just by your organization, but knowing that Converge was there, that was filming this, that everyone else is going to see this. What was the reaction to that? They're like, we're going to be stars?
Of course. Like, there's cameras, like, am I going to be on TV? Like, where is this going to go?
Yeah.
And so you saw that, and you see that in some of the interviews with the kids, from DJ Adams, who talked about, I love being on a team, right? Because I just can't win by myself.
Right.
I mean, these stories tell everything about where they're currently at and where they want to become and where they want to go. And I think that was just the most important thing that you can see. And our student athletes' ability to kind of put themselves in that position to be leaders, not necessarily be ones that are students of the game. They actually now became a teacher of the game. And that's what it's all about, is transitioning that legacy into the next generation.
I was going to ask you, some of these kids have grown up and now have come back and are giving back, right?
That is correct. We got some great stories. I think our first experience to the RBI World Series back in 2001, which was the first time a team from Seattle went in 20 years, similar to the Seattle Mariners postseason story, right? But on the other side of that game, our first game we played was Nelson Cooper. Nelson Cooper was the first player to ever throw out a pitch for Baseball Beyond Borders. At the time, it was Shea City, who was coaching Pittsburgh RBI. We got Kendall Dillingham down in Dallas, Texas right now, coaching a 12-year-old team who sends texts to ourselves, all three coaches. I don't know how y'all did it, but I thank you for your commitment and dedication, because I'm struggling right now trying to coach these group of kids, but I also see the value in me being present and helping them. So that's what it's all about. You know, yes, we want the next J.P. Crawford, we want the next Kyle Lewis to play and don a Seattle Mariners uniform, but more importantly, we want you inside your community and giving back.
Because that's what's important, is that we all get involved, and that's such a great lesson to lead. Thank you both for coming on our show, for sharing this with us. Hats off to you, Converge Media, for all the things that you've done to make this documentary and everything you do possible. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And more community screenings of Reconciliation Tour are being planned. So stay tuned. We'll let you know, and go to baseballbeyondborders.org and find out more information about this important organization. It's Baseball Beyond Borders.
Baseballbeyond.org.
Baseballbeyond.org to find out more. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. All right. Well,